Howdy everybody. I pray this video finds you blessed. So this week I had a viewer named John, thank you John, send me this beautiful walnut bowl blank. It had, I think it may have been a crotch piece, and it has all these curly ripplies in it. It's just beautiful. I had certain plans for the rim of this bowl, so I decided to use coffee grounds to fill this hole instead of a color. I wanted it to blend really well and not stand out too much. The Total Boat Fast Set resin works really well for smaller fills and holes for this, so you can get it on the lathe a lot quicker, because it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, depending on your temperature and weather and all that, because sometimes when it's cooler it takes a little longer to cure. I'm using these foam jam tucks I made to mount the bowl to recut the mortise. I just took my live center and measured out the best center point inside that mortise, and then kind of like hammered it in there and then used that to kind of center the bowl. Doug at Pole Barn makes these awesome lathe chuck removal tools. They hook right into your Nova, and you just give it a whack, and it just is enough pressure to get the chuck off the spindle, and boy does that make my life so much easier. I've had such a time trying to get my chucks in the past off of my lathe, and now I don't have to worry about cutting my hands, which I normally would on trying to get those suckers off. Thanks, Doug, for sending that to me. And if any of y'all are interested in them, he has them in his Etsy store. I will put the link in the description below. They are a hand saver. I really loved the rim that came on this blank when I received it, but unfortunately, because of the warping, I just ended up having to take it all off, and there wasn't enough. There wasn't really enough meat left on to recreate a new rim. Walnut is in my top 3 woods to turn. I just absolutely love it, and one of my favorite things about walnut too is the smell. It reminds me of like a den that was like a pipe tobacco was smoked in it. I can't explain it. It has like a vintage smell, I guess, if I can put a word on it. I'm sure y'all can relate, but when you get a piece of wood that has some fantastic figuring and coloring and it's just so detailed, it's so exciting to turn pieces like that. My battery died shortly after that, so I decided to go in and give it a rest and come back the next day. It's warped slightly, not too bad. Right now I'm just cutting the groove for the turquoise powder that I'm going to put in there. I don't know if y'all watch Jim Spragg Wood Turning. He does amazing work, and I love the whole complete process of how he does his bowls. But he puts some amazing stuff in the rims of his bowls, and like oyster shells and alabaster powder, and he crushes his own stones. It's just awesome work. So I'll put the link in the description below for his channel. Go over there and check him out. He's such an inspiration, and I absolutely love his pieces. I'm using a man-made turquoise to put in the rim. I got these from tuckersturnings.com. He sells a sample set of 5 different samples. You get different size granules of the turquoise powder and also a copper powder, which is really cool, and I hope to use that in a project real soon. But right now I'm using the blend, which has multiple size granules in one bag. The sample set is only $4. That's including shipping. Such a great deal. I'm using Starbond's thin CA glue to set this in here, but unfortunately I must have left the lid off of my CA glue because it's more like a thick consistency. I have a saleable Rubbermaid container that I store my CA glue in now, so this doesn't happen, but it's okay. It still ended up working out, and I just rubbed the glue in really good. I was being very careful not to take down too much of the turquoise. I just wanted to get it nice and even and get all the roughness off, because I didn't make the groove too deep to begin with, and plus I still had to sand, so I was just checking for holes and pits, anything I needed to fill before I continued. I sanded from 80 grit to 400 on this piece. Brad from Brad's Workbench was so kind to send me some of his sanding paste and his tung oil finish. He said after watching my video about how to make abrasive paste, he started to experiment on his own with his own mixture, and what a great job. The texture, everything about his paste, it just honestly is awesome to see what others are doing with that recipe, and discovering different mixes and making it your own, and he did a fantastic job with it. I really love it. Like I said, the texture of it, how it went on, and the finish that it left behind was amazing. So thank you, Brad. I really appreciate you sending that. Just with the abrasive paste alone, it left a great finish on the bowl. So the tung wax finish, it has tung oil in it, and it's pure tung oil, so it is food safe. It left a fantastic finish. What you do is you put it on and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you just buff it away, and wow, just after one coat, it left just a perfect satin-like shine on the piece. And I never thought to put tung oil in my finishing paste, and it's amazing stuff, and thank you for that, Brad. I appreciate it. Look how great that makes that grain pop. It's beautiful. I sanded the bottom through all the grits, 80 to 400, and did the same exact process I did for the rest of the bowl. I am often asked where I get my branding iron tip from. I get it from custombrandshop.com. The link in the description below will be for that iron tip. Now the electric handle to heat up the tip is sold separately, and I get that through Amazon. I will also link that in the description below, and I think the last I checked it was on sale, or it's running for a cheaper price than what I paid for it. Links for all the products I used in this piece will be in the description below. I thank you all so very much and appreciate every one of you for watching my videos and supporting my channel and tolerating all the different styles of editing, and I'm learning and growing along with y'all, and thank you. I really appreciate you. This bowl turned out so beautiful, and I'm so very happy with it. Thank you so much, John, for sending this blank to me. It is amazing piece of wood, and that turquoise is just subtle enough in that rim that kind of just gives it some extra flair. It didn't really need it. The bowl is just absolutely beautiful on its own. I appreciate y'all once again. Thank you so much for watching. I pray you have a wonderful weekend. Take care, and God bless.